Hey down, this is Dave this time. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have a crazy video to talk about, and it's about Oli London and Jimin. Allegedly they have met, and people have been talking about this. I definitely wanted to jump into this and give my thoughts because I have a lot here. I also wanted to get into a K-pop magazine brand refusing to sell the new BTS magazines and what is going on with this. So grab your dumpling, tea spilling mug merch, and let's jump into the tea. If you're new here and you're interested in this type of stuff, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to be notified and some new video drops. And if you're a hater, like to be first to leave your hate comment, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell also so you be first to do so. Now let's jump into it. The first thing I want to get into is Oli London and Jimin. Now if you don't know who Oli is, they are a gender-neutral transracial Korean man who wants to be Jimin. Believe whatever you want to believe out of that sentence. I am not here today to debate how being transracial not really a thing. Oli has been very vocal in interviews that they are Jimin and that they got all this surgery and all that just so they can look like Jimin. It goes a lot deeper than that, and claims of stalking and harassment have followed Oli. But there is no merit to those. As far as I'm aware, Big Hit has not filed any restraining order or anything like that against Oli. One of the biggest things that a lot of K-pop fans do is that they will just make a rumor that is most satisfying to them and kind of run with it. I know a lot of people want Oli to be banned by Big Hit, but I highly doubt Big Hit has even acknowledged Oli in any way. At least I haven't seen any proof of this. But that doesn't mean we as ARMYs don't think it's a little weird. Oli has gotten multiple surgeries to attempt to look like Jimin, and if you look at the before and afters, you would be surprised this is the same person, which is what I would imagine Oli would be happy to hear. Oli has now gone a step further to identify as Korean to be even closer to Jimin, and has recently gotten the eye surgery. This was a point that a lot of people brought up, which was if Oli so badly wants to look like Jimin, why have they not gone ahead and done the eye surgery? And I guess they did it. This is very controversial on many levels, and I'm not a fan, to be honest. If you simply could not tell. I think this is bonkers. ARMYs are extremely upset over this and have expressed those feelings on their Instagram. ARMYs are extremely upset over this and have expressed those feelings on their Instagram and stuff like that. There's multiple videos about Oli, and one that has surfaced recently was one where people are saying Jimin and Oli have officially met back in May. I definitely wanted to look into this and found an Instagram picture of the alleged meeting. And here is the picture itself. First off, I am 99% sure this is photoshopped and photoshopped even more. First off, what is with the quality of this picture? Why is it so blurry and low res? You are allegedly on set with BTS and there's probably 30 cameras around, yet you can't get a good photo. Like, you can simply ask anyone to take a photo for you with their phone and send it to you and it will be better resolution. Second of all, Oli says thank you to Samsung. So this is a Samsung sponsored shoot, yet there is literally no Samsung logo anywhere, and the only branded or worded thing we see is the word Christian on Oli's shirt. Now that could be a brand or simply just words, but typically when you do a brand shoot, they would prefer you have clothes with no words on them because it distracts from the product. So right there, anyone in the industry can look at that and be like, okay, this is probably not a branded shoot. Then Oli goes ahead and promotes their single, which is just so convenient to do. I'm sure Jimin in his busy schedule loves to listen to music made by someone who got plastic surgery to look like him. I don't think any of the boys would feel comfortable with anyone doing this. There is obviously not anything inherently wrong with getting surgery to look like someone, like it's illegal or mean or anything like that, but it is creepy. BTS preaches to be yourself, love yourself, and Oli has been very public about how Oli didn't love themselves when they were younger. It's just going against BTS's preaching, but then saying they're a BTS fan, which is what feels weird to everyone aside from the sensationalism of just getting surgery to look like a celebrity. Of course, all of the comments on the photo simply talk about Photoshop and how the photo looks fake, or that it could be a cardboard cutout, which is probably more likely. Which, I mean, if you need a better Photoshop job, contact literally any ARMY. They will probably do a good job. ARMYs do a great job of photoshopping BTS with girls they ship BTS with and just make it look very realistic. It's totally doable, and it's often done in really good quality too, so from far it would be difficult to tell it's photoshopped. And even simply going on Fiverr.com and paying someone $5 to edit a photo, it would probably look a little bit better than this, to be honest. The internet was definitely outraged, but funny enough, people still give attention to Oli, and of course, why would they stop if they can keep getting attention from the work they do? I remember talking about an artist in a video, it wasn't Oli, and the producer of that artist emailed me to take the video down because they didn't like it. As a courtesy, I did. I always do when someone asks, but I didn't have to. I didn't say anything wrong. And they said that the artist I was talking about was super legit and that this producer of this artist has worked with people like Oli and a bunch of other artists. I'm like, simply working with Oli doesn't make you legit. He posts pictures with Jimin like this and marries cardboard cutouts of Jimin. Anyway, that's just a funny story. Jimin looks so happy in the picture, and of course it goes along with the caption saying that Jimin is so happy to meet Oli. I don't think Jimin has for real met Oli as of yet, and I am not sure if they will. I don't think Oli would hurt Jimin. That is one of the biggest concerns that armies have, that Jimin will be hurt. I don't think Oli would do anything like that. He's not violent or dangerous, but people do think he might do something inappropriate or weird and freak Jimin out. Each of the members of BTS are introverted and tend to not like this type of stuff. They even disapprove of armies getting BTS related tattoos. A lot of armies still get it, but Taeyang would still make comments like, your mom's going to yell at you and stuff like that. So if that can make them slightly uncomfortable, how do you think they feel about someone dedicating their face to them? A lot of craziness has been going on in K-pop. K-pop has been the weirdest and craziest thing for the past few weeks, and it's getting out of hand. Billboard did an interview with BTS, and things kind of escalated a little bit more than I had anticipated. Of course, the hashtag Billboard apologized to BTS started to trend, and people were mad. Just to recap, people have been upset that RM was asked directly about the topic of chart manipulation. RM responded that armies and BTS should not be blamed for such things. If Billboard is the one making the rules on the streaming, and armies are abiding by those rules and getting BTS to #1. Armies were particularly mad that no other artist, like American artists, were ever asked this question ever before, and these questions are not something that is ever brought up with people. It's like they know it's disrespectful to ask, let's say, Ariana Grande this question, but don't think it's rude to ask BTS this question. The rumor of chart manipulation and BTS are now solidified in a huge publication. We're not talking like a small company, a huge company that's responsible for the success of artists that will be seen by many people years from now. Now, usually this type of stuff kind of ends there. It goes on trending, people get mad, and then they continue to sell the magazine and life goes on. But a big K-pop magazine company who usually sells these magazines and anything related to K-pop decided to pull out and decide that they were no longer going to be selling said Billboard magazine. The brand is called Crocodive. I'm sure you've heard of them if you've purchased any K-pop goods. They recently announced on their Instagram and addressed the situation with the magazines and said about the Billboard magazine, Crocodive won't accept any insult, disrespect, and discrimination towards any artist we support. Of course, we can take profit by selling this magazine that has many beautiful pictures of BTS as a business. But if the content of the article do not match with the beautiful photos, we won't sell a single of them. We are here to do business, but first we are here to be true friends with the artist and fandom. Friends don't hurt each other, period. I applaud them for this. The magazine would probably make them upwards of hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions, and they choose not to take that money. I read comments saying how professional they were, but I do want to clarify this is not what professionalism is. It's ethically and morally right, which is why I love this brand now. But professionalism just means making money. If you're a professional artist, it just means you are making money off of that art. Them being professional would be them ignoring the fact that they consider BTS a friend and just selling the magazine and doing what their business is supposed to do. However, I'm glad that brands are waking up, just like Crocodive is, to not doing just what makes them money, but doing what is right by their own code of ethics. This is a foreign concept to a lot of American businesses, where they're like, why would we not take money? But sometimes you shouldn't. There's plenty of things I can do to make money. For example, make an entire hit piece on all groups in K-pop, send out death threats like the haters do, and probably get a lot of attention. But I don't do that because I don't want that in the world. Ultimately, that is bad for the world. So looking to treat artists correctly and understanding that by supporting certain comments and words and selling them or getting them into people's homes, in the long run, it could be supporting this xenophobia that we are seeing with Asians in the media. It honestly still very much upsets me and shocks me that Dynamite was their first #1. Like, they've had a career for like 6-7 years before that song, but the only reason Dynamite was #1 was because it was in English. Make that make sense. Because Despacito was #1 and it was not fully in English. And then BTS finally got a #1, and then they're asked the question about chart manipulation. Y'all, I can't with Americans. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your thoughts are. Leave it down in the comment section down below. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'm featuring this comment right here. Thank you so much for leaving comments. And as always, I do have a Patreon if you want to go over there and check that out. I have a lot of videos over there that I can't post on here. This is due to copyright or getting taken down. So I do keep it over there on my Patreon. You can get videos over there like music video reactions, performance reactions, ship reactions. You can also recommend things you would like to see over there. We also have a great time interacting and having fun over there as well. So if you're interested in any of that, make sure you check it out. Link is in the top description down below. There is a video over there that kind of goes over how you can support this channel even more if you would like to do that. That is on the front page and it's free to watch if you like to check that out. Just to be clear, kind of a little note, some people have asked if I would leave YouTube to do Patreon full time. That is not happening. Do not worry about that. I am still uploading the videos that I want to upload here on YouTube. I am just also uploading an extra set of content over there if you want to see a little bit more of me. But anyway, with that said, there are 2 videos that will appear up on screen at the end of this video. So click on one of those and I'll see you over there. Bye.